Our next guests are spearheading a project around Saturday's game that'll bless the lives of so many, no matter which team wins. It's called Tackling Hunger. Together, our pleasure to welcome back Michael Johanson, BYU Alumni Director, and let's bring in Kris Bosman, the Chief Alumni Relations Officer at the University of Utah, here on the Wise Guys. Kris, you got us?
I do. Hi, Dave. Nice to be here.
Hey, thank you. We just had Scott Mitchell on, which means we have 2 Utes on Wise Guys tonight, which is a show record. So we're so glad you could come on.
Well, Scott did a great job. It was really fun to hear about his top 5. So I'll have to check some of those out.
Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. So
hey, we all love sports. We love it more when we can use it to help other people. And so let's talk about that for a few minutes. And Kris, what are these 2 schools working towards leading up to this game on Saturday?
Well, Michael and I are good friends, and we decided that when we were in the Big 12 together again, or together in the same conference again in the Big 12 now, that we were going to reignite the food drive that Utah and BYU used to do football season for many years. And it just felt like it was the right time. And it was the right time to, instead of having something be really competitive, that it would be really collaborative and that we would just do something together that really made sense to do something really great for the community and show how our fans can work together for a really great common goal. So we thought it would be a lot of fun to bring it back.
Michael, what's the goal of all of this? How much food do you want to bring in? Ultimately, what are you trying to accomplish with this, you and Kris?
We really haven't set a goal for this. We just want more people to be involved, to be aware, and to understand what this means behind the scenes. There are real challenges in our community, and sometimes we don't see that because, we're at the stadium, we're at the arenas, and we're celebrating the wins, the losses, all that stuff. And then we go back to real life, and we see sometimes we do see and sometimes we don't see the real challenges that face our communities just around us.
And Kris, what are you asking fans to do? And it goes throughout the week, so it's stuff they can start doing tomorrow morning when they wake up.
Yeah, so we're collecting in food in person at 10 Smith's locations. We have 5 Smith's grocery store locations in Salt Lake and 5 in Provo where fans can drop off food in person. We're also collecting online, so you can donate online to the Utah Food Bank on the Utah Alumni website. And then we are also collecting at the game, so cash or Venmo donations at the gates of the game at Rice Eccles on Saturday. So we're looking at it from a lot of different perspectives, whether you can donate food in person or you want to donate online or at the game. We'll be ready.
Yeah, I love that you don't have to be there at the game to participate in this, and we'll put those links up, utahfoodbank.org or communityactionprovo.org, right, Michael? Is that the one that for down here?
That's correct. Yep.
So Utah, let's see, communityactionprovo.org and utahfoodbank.org. Either or is fine, and we'll get this going. Kris Bosman, Chief Alumni Relations Officer at the University of Utah. Michael Johanson, BYU Alumni Director on the Wise Guys tonight. Presented by Brady Plus and distributed by the Deseret News. Kris, why is this so important to you and to the University of Utah?
To me, I've been a Utah resident for 30 years. I love the rivalry. I got my start working in the athletics department, so it's something that's just really important to me. And since I started in this role, the one thing I wanted to do was to bring the food drive back. I just really love the idea of our alumni coming together for something so positive, and alumni service is just really important to me. And so it was just something that I wanted to make sure that our students were able to lead and that we were able to get everyone involved in. So it's just something that I just personally love. And so I was like, well, if I'm the boss, I'm going to do it. Yeah. So that's really it.
And when you're the boss, you can do it, which is awesome.
Yeah, I can do what I want. So it's great.
Michael, the BYU raised 2,000 pounds of food at UCF for the night pantry down that way. So BYU's in the food gathering business for sure. But same question to you that we asked Kris. Why is this important to BYU?
Well, again, we love Utah, and we're invested, obviously, in this community. And athletics is a great, passionate avenue to harness a lot of passion. And we can use that to do even greater good off the field or off the court. And Kris has been an amazing partner with this. can't speak enough about her and her leadership with the U alumni and support of the things that we're involved in as well.
Now we're going to have the two presidents on November 25th, right here in studio.
Yeah, both
first time
in.
ever. And part of what we want to do, and when they're friends, and no one sees them hanging out together, we're going to see them on November 25th. But one thing that President Randall had said to us, the president of the University of Utah, and President Reese at BYU, is there are so many things BYU and Utah work in concert with each other that most people have no idea. But when a couple of sports teams play each other, it's us against them, and that's all that really matters. But in the bigger picture, the Cougars and Utes are connected more than anyone knows. We
have much more in common than not, and that's awesome to discover and to explore. And then we unite together on things that matter the most to us, and we fight it out on the field. And Kris gave me this awesome hat the other day that I did wear for a very short period of time, and I believe she also...
Was it red?
It was.
Wait, Kris, did you wear something too in return?
I had a blue scarf.
Okay, a blue scarf.
For about 10 seconds.
Very subtle, very subtle. So, hey,
it was warm in the room. I couldn't leave it on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're going to put you both on the spot because we'll come back to this game now, and we need key to the game for each of you, and we'll revisit it next week. Everybody we bring on, we made Scott Mitchell give 3 keys. I had to give 3 keys. We're going to review those. We're going to get one from each of you, and then we're going to hold you accountable because next week we're going to see how you did. So we'll start with you, Kris. Your key to the game for a victory for the Utes?
Probably red zone conversions.
Okay.
Or the red zone play. I'll say that.
I like. Hey, BYU tried to change the name of that to the Blue Zone a couple years ago. It just didn't work.
Yeah. It wasn't working great, so they just went back to the red.
They just went back to, okay, we're just going to call it the red. That's the one thing that they're going to tolerate being red. So.
It's interesting you bring that up, Kris, because Utah's the #1 red zone defensive team in the Big 12, and BYU score 93% of the time when they get in the red zone. So when the Utes are on defense, that's their strength going up against BYU's strength. When the Utes are on offense, it has been far from a strength this year, but there's so much that happens once you get inside the 20 that matters, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, we'll see.
Good choice there. Okay, Michael, now over to you. So your key to the game for a BYU victory?
I think just consistency, role mentality, know your roles and do everything, do your best on that, and just put it all out there. But know your role and trust that others know their role and they'll do it.
What they call that? We play your 111.
Yeah, Kalani's always talking about that. You see him in all of his clips. Do your 111th. I don't need you to do 211. Don't play hero ball. Do your job. Trust everybody else to do their job. That's good. That's a great mentality.
Hey, how about Jess on the live stream? 50 miles separate the schools. How about a ton for a mile and raise 50 tons of food?
Let's do it.
Wouldn't that be cool? 50 tons of food?
50 tons for every mile. I love it.
Hey, Kris, thanks for coming on the Wise Guys.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Your street cred around the office is going to shoot way up.
Yeah.
And good luck with that blue scarf. But I know you're hosting this weekend. We hope that we help generate a ton of food and have a great event up there. And then next year, Michael can host you when you come down here and bring your football team to play at Lavelle Edwards.
We hope to make a really great tradition of it.
Yeah.
So Michael and I are in this for the long haul. We're going to make this a really great thing that every year everyone can look forward to. Tackling hunger together. Kris, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Go Utes. Good to have you on the show, and you can give a shout out.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had your quarterback on for 35 minutes.
Yep.
You can say whatever you want
absolutely.
Because you're the boss. Remember that. So. And we know that too. Thank you so much.
You, Kris.
Thank you. All right, Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
How many Cougar fans are we going to get up there?
Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great showing. I think it's going to be a great environment. And I think our fans, like we didn't mention too deeply, the Rival Right campaign that was launched on Friday.
Yeah.
And I hope that we can share that a little bit as well, rivalright.org, with the two presidents sharing a little bit of their perspective on what this means and how we should approach the game.
So Rivalry, RIVALRIGHT, rivalry.com. Yeah, check it out.
Hey, what do you do for tailgate up there in a game that's a road game, but it's not really a road game? A lot of BYU fans live in Salt Lake.
Right, and that's been a challenge. And I guess among friends here, we typically haven't done a tailgate.
Right.
Historically, we're going to figure out how to do that right. This year we won't, but next year, in a couple of years, we're going to figure out how to have the right kind of gathering. Again, centered around service, because that's kind of the name of the game that we're doing now.
Utah Food Bank and Community Action Services and Food Bank Provo. Those are the two forces that we're going to try to generate a lot of food. 10 drop-off locations, Utah County and Salt Lake counties. Again, the links are on the stream. And look for the signs too. They're all over the place. And let's gather up a bunch of food and have a fun game on Saturday night.
Let's do it. Let's
Good
go.
to have you here. Thanks for coming.
Thanks,
hey,
Michael.
where's your family? I thought they were coming.
Well, we just moved, guys.
yeah.
And so our lives are a little bit in chaos right now.
Yes, I understand.
But I'm totally fanboying right now because of who you have next.
Steve
here.
Cleveland.
And I grew up watching Steve Cleveland, and what an honor it is to be in this chair next to him. So I'm excited for it.
All right. Well, he'll sign an autograph for you over there while we introduce him. Thanks for being here. You're welcome
Thanks,
here all the
Michael.
time.
Thank you.
Michael Johanson, he's the director of the Alumni for BYU. And thank you for watching The Wise Guys.
If you like what you're watching, you can help us out by subscribing and hitting that notification button.